Hello guys and welcome to the FPL preview for game week 12. Let's get into it straight away. Oh my god, always on the screen, always. As soon as I start the video, it's never, I literally sit here waiting for it to come for ages. Anyway, ignore it. Looking at the team going into the week, we have Areola against Forest, Trippier against Bournemouth, Torres against Fulham and Saliba against Burnley right now. Fulham and Burnley, a good chance for clean sheets, both my defenders there. Areola's a good chance for clean sheet against Forest, especially because he's at home. Forest, I think, have a good chance of scoring, but it's better than Flecken, who's injured against Liverpool. Trippier against Bournemouth is a worrying one. They've just been away to Dortmund, and now... Were they away to Dortmund? No, were they at home to Dortmund? Anyway, they've just played Dortmund in the Champions League and lost. And now they got a massive trip down to Bournemouth. It's not like a tough game, Bournemouth, right now. Bournemouth are not playing that well this season. It's more the fact of it's a tiring trip. But the only other option here would be Dalot against Luton. And just because he did make a mistake that led to the loss, I think he might get dropped this weekend for Reguilon to be playing. And Pedro Porro against Wolves. The way Wolves have been playing, I just don't trust a clean sheet in that game. But we could see, it might happen. But they are two defenders down now of their main defence, with Romero, maybe Van der Ven's injured as well. Romero and Udogie are definitely going to be playing, and Van der Ven might be injured, so could all fall apart for Spurs against Wolves, to be honest. Hwang playing against that shaky defence, that's not going to be as strong. Perfect chance for him there. Matoma survived in the team this week just because of that. I think it was a goal he got last week, or was it an assist? It was an assist last week that he got. He keeps in the team. Against Sheffield United should be an easy game for him. Son in contention, along with Maddison, of the one that might get out this week. Salah, currently the captain against Brentford, playing well at home. I think he's scored in all of his home fixtures this year. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4, 5, 6. 6 goals at home this year in the league. He's only scored 2 away, and that was against Brighton. So really expecting a lot from him against Brentford. We'll just have to wait and see. Flecken's injured, so it will be Strakosha in there, who did concede 2 to Scott McTominay, so let's see what Salah can do against him. Alvarez against Chelsea. I do think Chelsea are in for an arse whooping. The way they played against Spurs, they deserved it. I think City will dish it out to him, and dish it out to him well. And then Watkins against Fulham, who, I have a lot of faith in Watkins. He has done very well. But the past 2 weeks, nada. There's nothing from him. Just nothing from him. So hopefully he picks his form again. I took him out of the team because he wasn't in form. Find the form, boy. Find the form. That's what I want. Solanke against Newcastle and back up on the bench for any of the midfielders or attackers get injured. It could be alright. As I said, it's a long trip for Newcastle. Newcastle could struggle, but I don't see him struggling that much. And then my backup for my defenders first is Dalot, because if Dalot does play, I do see a clean sheet in my eyes. Let's look on to the transfer then, and what transfer we could make. As I said, I'm looking at taking out probably Maddison right now, because Maddison's injured. But if I want a bigger signing, I might take out Son. Alvarez, Solanke are also in contention, and defensively, I'm kind of like, maybe take out Porro. We'll see. I think I feel like a midfielder change this week. So let's see who's getting good fixtures. Wolves versus Spurs. As I've already heard of Spurs players, and I've already got He-Chan, who is he's currently their best player because Neto is injured. Arsenal versus Burnley. Definitely worth a look at Arsenal in this game. Arsenal at home. It's a very nice fixture for them. But Saka and Odegaard are both doubts. Could leave a door open for Martinelli to come in and be the star of the show then, but is it worth the risk? It potentially worth the risk. We might see Martinelli in the team for now and just see what else we come across. Crystal Palace versus Everton. I'll look at both sides on this one, to be fair. It is worth it on both, I'd say. Eze back from injury now. 2 nice fixtures against Everton and then Luton, but then that fixture list gets real tough for Palace, so I'm not going to touch Palace too much. So let's look at Everton. Harrison's been one that getting the assists and getting the goal involvements, really, in my eyes. But then they give it United. Just no, not looking at Everton players. United against Luton. Manchester United, where are we? There's one midfielder that I want to look at, and that is Bruno Fernandes. Our next 2 fixtures, Luton and then Everton. And then Newcastle away, tough game. Chelsea at home could be nice. Bournemouth back-to-back home fixtures there, and then a really tough game with Liverpool. Back-to-back home and back-to-back away with two real tough away fixtures. Might that be worth getting Bruno in? Bruno over Martinelli. When does Martinelli fixtures? What do they look like? They actually look. Nah, I don't like Martinelli in the team right now. To be fair, Bruno gets put in the team. Bruno makes it. I just feel like. Don't want to meet against Luton though. I feel like Luton's going to be a real tough game where we do struggle to break him down. But when we do break him down, I feel like it will involve this guy. How's it been doing so far in this season? So what? Where are we? 3 goals, 2 assists so far this year. He gets a decent amount of expected goals and assists. Like he's had 6 expected goal involvements. He's missing out on 1 assist really. That he should have had in looks like the Brighton game, but obviously 9 in that game. Højlund tempting, he got his 2 goals midweek, but it's not really worth taking out any more attackers to get him in right now, especially at 7.1. It would have to be Watkins or Alvarez at least a team. And I don't get how his price is the same as Alvarez. I find that crazy, the way Alvarez is playing this year. Bournemouth versus Newcastle. Let's look at Newcastle. As I said, it will be a tough fixture going down south for him, but oh my god, look at that. Yeah, nah, I'm alright. I'm a pass on that one. Ooh, Wilson having a bit of a hamstring injury could really open the door for Gordon to be playing up front. And it's not a bad set of fixture run for him either. That might be one that I think about if Matoma flops. That might be one I think about after the international break, really. Yeah, I'm going to think about that after the international break. Let's look at Brighton. I've already got Brighton midfield, I've already got Matoma, I didn't put a risk in anyone else. Liverpool then. I do already have Salah, but there could be openings for someone else to jump in there. They've been playing well, like Luis Diaz been playing very well, and his father's now been released. Big up, well done Colombian cartel releasing his father. What a world we live in, eh? What a world we live in. But none of them else are really screaming out to me, so we move on to the West Ham. Oof, West Ham. Bowen instantly screams out to me. It's a really nice fixture run actually for them. Forest and then Burnley, then Palace is their next 3 games. Oof, that is very nice actually. Looking at Jared Bowen there, dropping into the team. Yeah, I think that's what I might do. I've actually seen nothing from Maddison either in the press conferences. Yeah, Bowen's in the team right now. You know, we might change it. Let's look at the Chelsea team. If someone's going to do well against City this weekend, I reckon it's going to be him. I reckon it's going to be Palmer. It's going to be like, you know what, this is why I shouldn't have sold me. Won't celebrate. He'll do the. I don't know. He'll apologise. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, guys, if you're looking at getting Jackson this week, don't. Oh my god, please don't. I do want to actually look at the most transferred in players this game week, and I will have a look at it in a second, but let's look up to City. City have a few tempting players too, especially with Jeremy Doku. But like the Manchester Derby where Pep was like, I just woke up and chose Grealish, I feel like he's going to wake up and choose Grealish this weekend. So yeah, I don't see Doku playing this game. I see Doku playing the next game against Liverpool, and oh my god, Trent is going to get exposed. If Doku plays against Trent after you will never see Trent again. He will die, right? Like, I've never seen a defender get more exposed, and Doku exposes defenders just for fun. He's crazy good. He's crazy good. But I just feel like he's going to wake up and go, yeah, you know what, Grealish going to play this game. Like he did against us. But he's actually not been starting a lot of games this year. How many games has Doku been starting? Doku's not been starting a lot of games either. He only had 3 minutes against. It's one of them. City, man. You baffle me. You baffle me. As I said, I want to look at the most transferred in players. All players. How do you look at transfers in round? Johnson the most transferred in keeper. Mitchell being a lot of transfers in. I think he got a goal last week. People like jumping on that, like, oh yeah, he's going to score loads of goals now. Guys, he's not. He's not. I'm sorry to break it to you. I do think the Palace defenders are good to jump on for the next 2 game weeks, but then for the next 4 game weeks, really, it's alright to have them in. But as soon as it gets to this sticky run here, then get them out of your team. Yeah, Doku obviously been the most transferred in. As I said, I feel like Pep's going to wake up and choose Grealish this weekend against Chelsea. It's a different type of fixture. It's going to be harder, especially if it's Reece James playing. Tempted to get Saka in, but with that knock, it's also tempting not to get him in. Against Burnley as well. Yeah, it's not worth the risk against Burnley. Get him in. If he plays, he's going to tear him a new one. But I just don't think he's going to play. I just think it's that simple. I just don't think he's going to play. And the strikers. Oh, thank God. None of you are brain dead and bringing in Jackson. More people brought in Jackson this week than they brought in Haaland. Haaland's percentage in ownership is dropping week by week, which... Thank you guys. You're finally listening. It's much appreciated. And Ketia rising, but now, once again, got a knock as well. So why you got to wait for your transfers till after the European games are being played, guys? That's the safest thing to do. Yeah, I feel like Bowen is going to be the transfer that I make. So let me just look at teams selected by. Obviously, Ariel, the most goalkeeper, so won't be getting anything on that. Saliba and Trippier both Salah and Son up there. Matoma, Bowen. I am with a very, very, very basic team here. That is a bit worrying. It is a bit worrying about all the ownership there. But if Bowen has a bad week, then most people have a bad week. That's okay with me. I'm really relying this week then on Pau Torres to have a good game and for Hwang Ki-chan to have a good game, because I think Hwang Ki-chan is in the what percent ownership? 5% ownership, and Alvarez isn't on that list there, is it? Yeah, he is, yeah. So I'm relying on Hwang Ki-chan to have a good game week, really, because a lot of people own these other players. So, yeah, as I said, I do want to get Matoma out at some point. I just need to figure out who I'm getting Matoma out for first. I will probably get Son out soon as well for a drop down to someone like Saka when Saka becomes fit. And then I'll have a lot of money to put into Matoma to try and push Matoma up to maybe someone else. We'll wait and see what we do with it. I might end up moving the money around somewhere else, figuring out what I want to do with it. But yeah, that is the transfers that we're going to make. We're going to make them, we're going to confirm them. We're going to... Done. It's done. It's done. And now Bowen is playing against Forest. Nice. It's a nice team this game week. It is looking very nice. Where do I think my problem is going to lie? I said I think my problem is going to lie in Trippier. Potentially Alvarez, but I don't think I should have a problem about it. I think Alvarez will play well. The problems potentially lie on this Trippier or this Son, I reckon. That's where I think the problem's going to lie this game week. Salah captain. Happy with the Salah captain. He's been scoring all his games at home. So yeah, Salah captain. I might end up moving that into Alvarez or to Bowen. Or even Watkins. But right now it's saying Salah's my sure shot. But yeah, that is the team for this game week, guys. Let me know your team in the comments. Let me know what transfer you're thinking of making. Let's have a conversation. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.